pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Somebody want to make a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Approval of July regular meeting minutes and August special meeting minutes.
I'll make a
Motion
Second.
seconded by John. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Approval to pay the bills.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call vote.
Sorry.
You were supposed to second, that's fine. Mr. Hostetler?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Kirschner?
Yes.
Ms. Hackman?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes. Old business, we don't have anything for old business right now. New business is ordinance number 24-2821, rezoning for 75-045-777-015-000. In partial, this does have to do with Craig Wittenberg, but it is because everything is done, but it went to the South Central Michigan Planning Council, and we just need to approve that they said it is approved. And for our master plan that's getting redone with the county, we contracted with the county because it was, instead of $25,000, I think we're at like $3,000 for our master plan updates and all that. So we want to make a motion.
I'll make
Motion made by John, seconded by Al. Roll call vote.
Ms. Hackman?
Yes.
Mr. Kirschner?
Yes.
Mr. Gentry?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Hostetler?
No.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes. Okay, Josh, what do you got?
Yeah, so nothing on the Wittenberg project. Phase 1, phase 2, nothing on those. Phase 3, the C2R2 project, you guys haven't heard. Eagle has authorized that project to move forward. Effective last Wednesday. So we'll be contacting all of the landowners in the project area south of town. One last, I guess, notification to say that the project's moving forward. You're in favor of hooking up to domestic water. It's free of charge right now. If you are going to do that in the future, it would be on your dime. So, we'll be finishing up the design, the permitting this fall, and bidding that in the spring, and we're thinking it'll be about a 1-year project. So, and we will, we'll draft that letter and send it to you folks to review before it goes out. I want it to be co-signed with the village.
Is that all you have?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah. You
Comments?
guys have any questions?
I don't. Does anybody from the council? You're welcome to stay or you're welcome to head home.
Thank you, actually.
Yeah.
When's our roads gonna start here? I mean, you know, the pipe work and stuff like that. I understand we were waiting for the state to get some stuff settled.
We have one last permit that we're working on getting with Eagle. Their last round of permit comments have 230 comments on it, that we've been working to address. We're hoping to have a revised permit application, revised plans and specifications for that project in 3 weeks. September 11th is the day that we're resubmitting. They typically take 30 to 45 days for another review. That gets us to October, end of October. If we're approved then it has to go to USDA, because that's who your funding source is. And they have to review all the approved permits and the plans and specs on their own engineering side. Their review process takes 45 to 60 days. And then if they sign off on it, then you bid it and you construct it. So, yeah, a lot of hoops to jump through. And I wish it could all be concurrently, like Eagle could be reviewing the same thing as USDA. Not how it works, so it's gotta be a very linear process, so.
I've got a question. We're into this about 2 years now, and we've got just US 12 complete, right? Marcel's did their whole thing in 2 years.
I'd like to see how long they've been planning it beforehand.
Well, and yeah, that's very possible. I was just curious, the way I understood it, the whole thing went in 2 years.
Yeah. Maybe construction, maybe. I'd like to see,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really seen any specs on it either. That's the rumor.
yeah. Well, this was always a phased project too. I mean, we started the initial planning in 2017.
Right.
Phase one, we finished in 2020. COVID kind of put a wrench in everything. You know, politics plays into it in Michigan. We have changing heads too. So Eagle, you know, DEQ changed to Eagle, and they kind of changed the process, as Chad can talk about firsthand. So it's kind of a culmination of everything. But this is also a huge project and a big undertaking. Probably going to be the biggest in the village has ever seen. So it's definitely going to take some time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm just kind of curious why it hadn't even started yet. I accept your answer. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Josh.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks,
Let's
guys.
move on to public comment.
I'll say, I'll go.
Go
You want
ahead.
to go first? Okay.
Go ahead, Paige.
So I have a couple of things. So I was really disappointed last night to not see a single member from this board go to the county meetings. Granted, it lasted 3 hours, but I sat there and 95% of the township people that were newly elected were there as well. Even a member from the school board came. And that's a little sad to not have a single member from the council there. If you guys were not aware, 2 voted no, 4 voted yes, and only 1 was absent, because they felt like it was being rushed from first time hearing about it, July 16th, to a special meeting the 8th, and then a week later it goes to the county. So nobody got any information, and that was brought up a lot last night. I have had several people, as I went door knocking for my campaign, talk to me about vacant cars that are sitting, and nobody's been doing anything about it, and they've contacted the village, and nothing is being done. I wanna also know why you guys don't break down the bill amounts and let everybody know what the amount of bills are each month, cause I know for one, I'd be interested in knowing about it. Which is also why I asked for the board packets back in June, and I was told I couldn't even receive the president's email address, it would just be forwarded, and never heard anything back about that. And then I have had 4 other people contact me, telling me that anytime anybody has a question about the water, they are still directed to Tyler. And I would like to know why that is, and if we're paying him to do it.
Well, I'd like to know why they contact me too, so they can look me up and call me.
This is what I've been told.
No, I get what you're saying. I just,
But I have asked for the board packet so I get a better understanding what is going on. If I get elected right now, because I would like to be understanding of everything, and I still have yet to hear anything back about that, and I've spoken to Lacey, Kent, and you, Jeff, about it as well. And that is all I can say.
Kurt, you got something to say?
I think everybody knows me. I don't think I ever had a chance to meet you guys. Anyway, I got a little project going on. Right with that Pigeon, in the shade. And I think I'll have a lot better time as far as trying to sell it if I get that thing rezoned residential commercial. The reason for that is, I
scheduled to be replaced, cold patch. The maintenance to well 2, we did that. We've been in Depot Park, we cut that tree down, we've taken a duck out and had that, powder coated and sandblasted, so it's been painted. Gotta get that back, we got that back yesterday. Looked into replacing the parts that were, broke up there. Jeff went up there with us too, but, for those bars, you're looking at like $4,100. So what we're gonna do is just go and buy some steel and we'll just weld them up. But it was like a little over $1,300 a piece, and that didn't include shipping, so.
Are they being replaced? Are they broken? What?
Yeah, so what's up there now is been broke. I know that guy,
Vandalized or?
oh yeah, it's all vandalized for sure. They've taken torches up there and melted everything. I mean, he could see it, he's seen it too, but,
They took where they want.
yeah, there's not metal now, but
Is that what they were
to
saying?
even replace what's up there is gonna be way more than what I'm telling you now, so,
So don't go buying metal yet. I think we need to call and get a quote from somebody. There's plenty of metal fabricator places around here.
Right.
That have certified welders for what that is.
okay.
I
And
think it'd be all right.
what about our insurance?
And that's why I think you should do that, because, you're gonna still be well below $1,300, I think, to make it right, and for liability reasons and stuff, I think you should do that.
Right, so, yeah, that's all I have for right now. Just letting you know that they're in Eco Park there, trying to fix it up there too, so. But the service lines has just been going like crazy, so. And now, I know this majority of this week, we've been up there with the, they got that sewer project going, and like, that's a heart of our water operation down there at Jerry Cash's, so, I mean, we can't afford to have them nix something, since we wouldn't be able to really shut down the system since it's failed, so.
Anything else?
No.
So I got a list here. So on the county commissioner thing, you're talking about nobody from here is. I've had prior commitment for last night for several weeks now, so I wasn't able to make it, but I would like to see a schedule for some of these meetings like that, where maybe like, this month it's this person, next month it's that person, stuff like that.
I was like, 'cause I attend every single one of them, so.
What I'd like to do is schedule like that, so that, I made notes to try to answer some of your questions. Vacant cars, I don't really know much about that, other than I do know that I see them with tags, and then, for instance, I know Bill has written a handful of tickets to certain property owners in town.
Oh, there's cars without tags that people said have been sitting there for 6 months plus.
Is their license insured or anything you do about it?
It's, the plate is back from 2019.
Oh, that's nice. But,
So-
Which residents are you talking about?
The white apartment complex here on 12? That way? Yeah, that way. That much down.
right across from the street.
Yes,
Across from me,
yes.
across 12.
And then there's other ones that I was told about down, it's Peck Street, down by Depot Park as well.
Yeah.
There's several of them.
Oh, well, Commissioner Story real quick, I know Bill's written some tickets since the beginning of the year to certain properties that are just trash and look like waste management, and he will call and get an update on it, and it is forgotten about over at the county level. So they take their time to do their job that they're paid to do, and then goes over there and gets lost in Neverland. Hopefully, with a new prosecutor, things will get better with this. And then breakdown of village bills, I guess, my question would be, what exactly do you mean by that?
I wanna know how much was paid. And I-
$39,003.96, from
Okay.
7/1 to 7/31.
Is that just like electric, gas, water?
That's everything
Like
that's
loans?
village.
That's what I
That
wanna
would
break down
consist of everything, all operating, insurance.
Yeah, that's what I would like to break down of, which is why I asked for the board packets.
And we don't get this in a packet, this is just, thing here.
guys were telling them to call Tyler. So that's,
I guess might make it so they start calling me, still trying to get the word out there, honestly, but hopefully that answered some of your questions. I have a list of things here. One of them is, it's a hot topic everywhere, it's been a hot topic here, it was a hot topic years ago, when this first voted in, is marijuana establishments in the village of White Pigeon. When Michigan first put this in place, it was voted on by the voters of Michigan and it was approved. They still at that time did not have all their laws written for that. So at that time, we chose to opt out. We had some people that actually helped write Michigan's marijuana laws tell us that we did the right thing, especially with somebody that was here trying to get this into town. Now, it is, I think it's time to make a change, partially because there's people walking around town. I know they went to several people's homes, to sign a ballot. They did that in the village and in Montville. It got denied because of some legality issues on how their attorney wrote it up. But if anybody does that, so first off, they had to have 29 signatures. They had well over that number. So if they get the thing fixed, they would get it on a ballot. Thing is, the reason I think so, we need to be proactive, I'll call it, is somebody can come in with it written up and they can say, we want the village to have 50 marijuana establishments, and we don't need that many. I think everybody in this room would agree that. But if we decide to opt in, we can set our rules that, there's so many different, I think there's like 10 different licenses that you can put in, between retail, growing, transportation. I don't know much about it, I just know there's a bunch. And we can make it, it'd be better if we wrote the rules rather than somebody coming here and doing something that is not good for the village. So, that's info for you guys, and then next month, there will be somebody here to talk about it that, has helped write Michigan laws and, helps other places get set up on the right track with this. I know Cassopolis over there, they have a handful of them, and I don't know how they divvy this stuff up, but they get, it's either $59,000 or $69,000 per year per establishment.
it's 69.
Okay, I was told a little bit, so, that's something, that's one thing on my list. The next thing is right now, as Kurt said, is a DDA. This don't necessarily happen overnight, but right now, if you look at it, what is considered through the state of Michigan, the village of White Pigeon's DDA, or downtown district, is from Jerry Cash's clear out to the east side of town, at the manor out there. And then it's 2 blocks north and 2 blocks south. A couple things that makes it hard to get grants since we don't have a DDA. Then right now, if we did, because of where our map is zoned at with all this stuff, everybody in that zone, east, west, north, south, is available, so, they could go after all the money when they should be focused downtown, as it says, downtown in DDA. So we need to work on that. I've reached out to a few people that can get us information to where we can get the ball rolling on that. So that is that. I had somebody approach me, 2 people actually. One is the White Pigeon Community Foundation. This is a 2-part thing. They are looking at, and hopefully we'll have some info here, possibly financing a grant writer to do Wade Park. About $3.5 million, give or take a little bit. It's a beautiful project. A lot of people, I don't remember who's all seen here. I know there's a lot of people out there that haven't seen a picture of it. We will have it here next month. But that's a lot of money to do that. So hopefully they can get something. Then they have approached on this, and then I had another person that lives outside of the village talk to me and paint this wall on the north side of the building. Do something with it. And he will pitch in money. The White Pigeon Community Foundation is looking for people to do that. It probably won't because of the time frame and coming into winter, it just wouldn't work out, but they wanna be able to have somebody here as soon as the weather breaks in the spring to paint this end, you know, be it, you know, some sheep fed, welcome to Village of White Pigeon or something, so.
Can I make a suggestion to that?
Hmm.
Maybe asking Shelley if some of the seniors.
That was
wanna
one
use
thing that
it.
the guy outside of town said, that he would make a donation, a good sized one to the school, so, working on that.
I know Diane Hoffman is working on, with somebody on something too.
Mhm. Another thing is, I don't think now's the time to do it, but I think in the spring, we need to have a price, because there is a lot of junk in town. Some of these people, for various reasons, can't afford it, you can get a dump pass per year through the township. But I think it'd behoove us to maybe try this, I don't even know what it costs, but it only takes a phone call to find out. If we were to get a big roll-off dumpster in here, have it here for a Saturday, and have somebody, you know, police it, so we don't have people from Sturgis or Colin bringing their truckload of trash down, but if you show up with a White Pigeon address, you can offload, you know, I don't know, we'll figure that out, with something to help clean up.
Better get about 10 of them.
I'm just saying
No, yeah.
somewhere.
They used to do it years ago.
Mhm.
They used to set it down there, and they had one for metal, and the metal that they recycled kind of helped pay for the other dumpsters.
Mhm.
So, it was beneficial that way, so.
We have to talk about Kirk Rathke issue. And then just something real quick to be thinking about, there's a lot of old people live in our town, I'm gonna make this short and sweet, not knocking them by their age, but a lot of old people, there's certain things they can't do, they gotta pay somebody to do, they're living on a tighter income than some others, Social Security may be it. If we can go through the winter and get an idea, people from the general public in the community that would wanna take and set it up, I don't see why it would be a problem to use some tools from the village, you know, be like a weed whacker or something. We'd have to make sure, find the legalities with this in case somebody gets hurt, but, say a Saturday a month where we have 5 hours to go around and help people do something. That's gonna be another way to clean things up.
And I know the students need volunteer time.
Yeah, so, think about it, these were all just things to think about, but that's all I have.
I've got something else, I just chatted
Depending
with
on
Rob
where
the
you live,
other day,
it's gone down.
and, I understand the 2 dump trucks that we have are in rough shape.
Yes.
Is one of them gonna be made serviceable so they can use it for plowing, or are we just gonna?
So we don't need 2, because the other 2 trucks will be the ones, these ones there, I can take pictures of them. I can go under and take pictures, but them trucks are not safe to be on the road. They would not pass a DOT inspection.
But that was my question, and I just, so we gonna scrap them out, or we gonna?
So we talked at the last meeting, but they had some issues, you know, with these people that had low flows. Those are a little bit of a project. They didn't have time, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks, they can get them cleaned up. We can get, you know, I don't know if it's worth paying a newspaper article or the power of social media, but get them posted for a sealed bid per truck.
Yep,
And then we can
set a
open
time
them.
so they can come and look at it.
Yeah, we'll park them somewhere, and in the, whatever description we put, we'll say they're gonna be located at this
Yep.
place.
As is.
Yep, sold as is, no warranty.
Yep, I was just thinking, we might as well move them, we're just sitting there collecting more rust, so.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great to get rid of them, get them out of our way.
Well, I would make a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Motion carried, thank you. Carry 2-0.
I have to talk to you for a second.